Hello, and welcome to some thoughts and feelings about Call of Duty Modern Warfare and the crossplay beta. So, because this is a beta, or beta if you prefer, it's worth remembering that a lot of the stuff might change, stuff will be rebalanced, things will be polished up and changed before the game actually releases in roughly a month's time. So the gameplay that I've got here for you is, I believe, beginning with Team Deathmatch on Hackney Yard, then there's a game of Domination, and then there's a game of Headquarters where I get the Juggernaut perk. Now, as you'll see, I didn't start this particular round of Team Deathmatch particularly well. I think there was a couple of early deaths before I even fired a shot. There we are. Oh, no, got one. Now, I had a lot of fun with this. This feels a lot more like previous Call of Duty titles to me. It's a little bit slower, there's no boosting or wall running, you can slide, but that's about it. You can also mantle and climb things much more than you could before. That adds a lot of verticality to the map, so yep, people can climb up and peek through windows or jump onto cars or run across the top of shipping containers and all that sort of stuff. So you need to keep your wits about you at different heights, basically. But yeah, I actually had a really good time with this game, and I'm strongly considering getting it when it comes out as a result of that. I also really liked the quick play filter, which was basically set to put you into games of Team Deathmatch or Headquarters or Domination, and various maps, map sizes, and different player counts. Pardon me. One of the other things that I've noticed about this game is that assault rifles are actually good again. SMGs are still pretty powerful, but the assault rifles are great. Since the alpha, which I did a video about as well, I feel as if the shotguns have maybe just been nerfed a little bit. The 725 shotgun, the double-barreled one, doesn't have anything like the range it used to have. It's far less powerful, and I was actually struggling to use them a wee bit as a result of that. And the other shotgun, the I think it's semi-automatic, possibly? I don't know. I don't even really know what those words mean. Again, because the fire rate was so slow, I struggled with it basically, because it's a two-shot kill most of the time. Not all the time. You get a headshot, somebody's pretty much done at close range. But yeah, because of the rate of fire, I basically found that if I got one shot off and hit somebody before I'd fired the second one, they had turned and melted my face right off. Other stuff to probably mention is the gunsmith. Instead of having 3 attachments that you can put onto a gun, I think it's up to 5, one of which can be a perk, like sleight of hand or full metal jacket, or yeah, stuff like that basically. And I really prefer it. I'd like to see them keep that, because it means that for the base versions of any guns you get, you can customise them to the point where they can start to behave very, very differently. I will talk a little bit about all the guns that were available in the beta a wee bit later on. Oh. I have this terrible habit of my thumb accidentally slipping and hitting the melee attack. So there will be a few times where I'm braced against, I don't know, a doorway or a window or whatever, and I'll accidentally come off and come back on and come off and come back on while I'm shooting. And that's just my hand squeezing the R3 button, because I am terrible. Here, I just had my life saved by a teammate while I was panicking and hitting the melee button. I have got no ammo, so I'm actually at this stage looking about for where that guy's gun dropped so I can pick it up. And I can't see it, and I'm panicking. So the only thing to do is switch to the launcher. With the 2 launchers actually, this one I managed to get some use out of. Oh, there we are, picked up another gun. But the other one, is it the Strela or whatever it is? Yeah, I couldn't hit anything with it. I didn't hit any streaks with it, didn't kill any people with it. It just was a bit of a struggle. I also would like to point out that I have only played this game since the minimap came in, so during the open beta on PS4. By the time they let people that hadn't pre-ordered the game, I didn't pre-order it, never pre-order, they had already added in the minimap, and I think it really needs it. I actually think most games should have some sort of map or minimap, because it's really fucking easy to get lost if all you have is your eyes to sort of try and find your way about. So yeah, I was really glad that the minimap was in. I hope it stays. Other things. Oh yes, there are other game modes. There was a 32 by 32 sort of massive game of domination that I played that I don't have the footage for. And it just was like Call of Duty plays it doing Battlefield. It kind of felt like it was Battlefield but with the Call of Duty guns and graphics and stuff like that. And as I wasn't terribly into it, I'm not a massive Battlefield fan anyway. But yeah, it was there. It's a nice new mode for anybody that's interested in that sort of gear. I had a couple of games of... God, I can't remember what it's called, but it's essentially a bit like Search and Destroy, but you can revive your teammates when they get shot, and they can revive you, and that was great fun. Because I'm shy, I did spend an awful lot of time just sort of wandering about, picking other people up, trying to stay out of trouble. But it can be a very successful tactic if you are, yeah, struggling to aim, and it's pretty tense and pretty engaging. I got sucked right into it, thoroughly enjoyed it. And as this is a crossplay beta as well, there were people playing on Xboxes, people playing on PCs. There were a couple of times, basically after I think normal people had gone to bed, where I got put into a lobby where everybody appeared to be using a keyboard and mouse, and I got fucking melted. It was incredibly difficult and I couldn't keep up. But anyway, I am gonna leave you there, and if you want to jump forward a little bit later on, I'll be talking about some of the guns. So yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, so I just had a quick check of at what point in the video I've actually got pictures of some of the guns basically in the loadout edit screen. So if that's all you're interested in, if you want to jump forward to roughly 19 minutes 20 seconds or something like that into the video, you'll see there'll be guns on, and I'll talk a wee bit about them. After this game of Team Deathmatch, there's another game of Domination. Yeah, which is in a slightly different map, and then we'll do the gun chat. So I'll see you there.
Allied UAV overhead. Keep hitting them. We have this. Got a VTOL on station, ready to deploy.
Horseman 3-1 arriving on station, ready for test.
Fucker shot me!
Good copy.
Good work. We expect great things from you. forward operator. We're taking Charlie. Capture Charlie.
Hostile down.
Hostiles are taking Bravo. Hostiles at Bravo. Hostiles at Charlie, go. Securing Alpha.
Changing mags.
Securing Alpha.
Bâtard.
Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy holds 2 objectives. Go.
UAV down.
We're taking Alpha. We're holding Alpha. You're needed at sea. We've lost Charlie. Securing Bravo. Securing Charlie.
Oui. Hein?
Enemy UAV overhead.
Ouais, c'est bon.
We're taking Charlie.
Ouais.
We're holding Charlie.
UAV down.
Securing B. Hold all the objectives. Assist your team at sea. Hostiles at Charlie. Allied cruise missile away. We're taking Charlie. Friendly UAV overhead. We pulled ahead. We hold all the objectives. Enemy UAV overhead. You're needed at sea.
Reloading.
Copy that, 1-5.
Hostiles go. Enemy UAV overhead. You're needed at Charlie.
Schedule another look.
Assist your team at A. You're needed at Bravo. Fire! We've lost Alpha.
Reloading.
Hostiles at Bravo, go. We've lost Bravo. Enemy UAV overhead.
UAV down.
Enemy precision airstrike, take. Securing Alpha. Securing Bravo. They've got 2 objectives. Keep hitting them.
Crash one.
We've got a UAV on station. We've got Bravo.
Coming actual. Ready for
You're needed
recon
at B.
flyover.
This is Jaguar 3-0. Solid copy.
Bravo.
La... En conserve, là. Elle est en conserve, là.
Securing Alpha.
Yo.
Be advised, UAV
Bah,
is being
prends une autre, n'importe.
RTB.
We're holding Alpha. Assist your team at sea.
N'importe. Bah, n'importe mon cœur, une sauce tomate, la
We're
sauce
halfway
tomate.
there. Keep fighting.
En tout normal, là, comme hier.
Securing
Non, pas en
Bravo.
pot. Les concentrés de tomates, concentrés de tomates.
Hold all the
Ouais.
objectives. Assist your team at sea. We've lost Charlie. Hostiles at Alpha, go. Enemy cruise missile incoming. We're taking Charlie. Assist your team at A. Hostiles have Alpha.
C'est les trucs en conserve là, décale encore.
Enemy UAV overhead.
C'est les concentrés de tomates, ça c'est. Décale.
Losing Charlie.
Je sais pas, go, là où il y a la chose de tomate. Décale, voilà par là, vas-y encore. Encore, en bout, décale encore. Décale encore. Décale. Vas-y, continue. Continue.
We're holding two. We have
Il
the
n'y a pas les
advantage.
concentrés de tomates en cul, comme ça. Wow. Choisis, prends n'importe. Prends n'importe.
Hostiles at Bravo.
Ouais.
We're taking Bravo. Reloading. Friendly UAV overhead. Check your damn fire. Enemy holds two objectives. Take. Securing Alpha. We're taking Bravo. Friendly UAV overhead. Bravo secure. UAV overhead. Got a UAV on the subject. Ready for fire. Reloading. Grenade out! Assist your team at charge. Charlie. Assist your team at B.
N'importe, un des deux, n'importe. C'est la même merde pour moi.
Securing Alpha. Enemy UAV overhead. Assist your team at B. Captured Alpha. Enemy cruise missile incoming. We've lost Bravo. Securing C. We're on Bravo. Stand by. Bravo secure. You're needed at A. Enemy UAV overhead. We've got two objectives. Lock it down. We're taking Charlie. Hold all the objectives. You're needed at Bravo. We're winning this. Keep it tight. Need backup at Alpha. We must be. Securing Bravo.
Right, so let's have a talk about some of these guns. The starting assault rifle, the M4A1, was good, good workhorse, not too much recoil, pretty reasonable damage. The AK-47 was a nightmare to use. I couldn't really hit anything without bracing against the wall or using the bipod up until I managed to unlock the muzzle brake. And the M13 you just saw there is my favourite. It is like a fucking laser, man. There's very little recoil, does good work. And the FR whatever it was that I just missed, burst fire, pretty good fun, enjoyed it. That was probably my second favourite. That's the one I put a silencer on, intended to use in the sweaty games. In terms of SMGs, I didn't use the MP5 or the MP7 a lot, but the AUG is the one to go with. It was good at medium ranges, kinda decent at longish ranges, but with most of these guns as well, it's worth to point out that I did not use the iron sights when I had any choice. The shotguns I've already talked about. The M91, I found it a bit heavy, a bit difficult to use. The recoil was a wee bit mental. The one below it was a bit more fun. I found it the SA-87. It's a bit easier to use in terms of recoil, but did lower damage, had a slightly higher rate of fire, and a much faster reload. But it felt a bit like an underperforming assault rifle. The EBR-14 of the two marksman rifles was by far the easiest to use. You'll see I got that up to around about level 14 or something. But these were really bloody difficult. The recoil and the slow rate of fire was just made things really tough, because they're both basically a two-shot kill, unless someone's got damage or you pick a headshot. And again, because of the recoil and the rate of fire, if you need to take those two shots, you'll get melted. The AX-50 sniper rifle, great fun, absolutely great fun. There was a Grasny raid, I think it was. There were a couple of spots at either side of the map on domination where I could just sit and pick people running in and out of B with a handy little claymore behind me to protect myself from there. So yeah, I had good fun with that. Sniping seems pretty viable. And now we're moving on to, yes, the last bit of gameplay, which is a game of headquarters. I'm not really that good at this game in general, but also not really good at headquarters. Domination's the game that I normally play, because obviously I'm a filthy casual. But in this one, inexplicably, out of nowhere, I managed to do quite well. So well, in fact, that once again I ran out of ammo for my gun and had to pick up somebody else's LMG, it was, I think. Tried to survive till I got my Juggernaut, and my Juggernaut happens. So stay tuned to watch that. I'm not going to say anything else. Just I hope you enjoy the gameplay, I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, I'll catch you in the flip side. Bye bye.
Move to secure. We're at the HQ. Stand by. HQ is on. No reinforcements available. We've got control.
Changing mag.
Station, ready for flyover. HQ shut down, regroup. Okay, get ready to move. New location ID. Enemy UAV overhead.
This is Jaguar 3-0. Solid copy. UAV beginning flyover. Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel.
HQ active, move to secure. They're capturing the HQ, go! Enemy UAV overhead. HQ contested. Securing the HQ. Enemy cruise missile incoming. Take cover. HQ is ours. No reinforcements available. Enemy personal radar in the air. HQ contested. Enemies trying to shut down our HQ. We're halfway there. Keep fighting. They disabled the HQ. Reinforcements inbound. Almost done here. Ready up. New location ID. Enemy friendly Wilson on station. Beginning sweep. We've got a UAV on station. Ready for flyout. Enemy UAV overhead. HQ is green. Get a move on. We're at the HQ. Stand by. Reloading. HQ contested. They're capturing the HQ. Go. They're capturing the HQ. Go. Enemy UAV overhead. HQ lost. We're defending the HQ. We've got a UAV on station, ready for flyover. We've taken the HQ. Almost done here, ready up. Cruise missile, come forward. New location ID. Friendly UAV overhead.
This is Jaguar 3-0. Solid copy. This is Jaguar 3-0. Missile away. Right on target.
Enemy UAV overhead. HQ is green, get a move on.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply.
HQ contested. We've secured the HQ. Stay alive. HQ contested. Be advised. Friendly UAV overhead. HQ contested. HQ contested. Enemy personal radar in the air. Enemies trying to shut down our HQ. Disabled the HQ. Reinforcements inbound. Okay, get ready to move. Allied cruise missile away. HQ. HQ is green. Get a move on. We're taking the HQ. Friendly counter UAV active. Enemy on the HQ. Get over there. HQ lost. Juggernaut green to go.
Good copy. Nomad 2-2 on approach to drop.
HQ secure.
Right.
Okay,
Enough
get ready to
mucking
move.
about.
Enemy cruise missile incoming. New location ID.
Taking fire!
Enemy cruise missile incoming. Take cover. Enemy UAV overhead. HQ is green. Get a move on.
I've been hit!
Securing the HQ. We're taking the HQ. Secure the HQ. Stay along.
Bloody fire!
Less than a minute. Almost there. Let's bring it home. Friendly UAV overhead. HQ contested. No reinforcements available. 30 seconds. Stitched them up proper, that's how it's done.